We start. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priyam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताका स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमो आचार्य पदाय निताय कृपा प्रदायिने गौर कथा धामदाय नगर ग्राम तारुणे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारणे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्. Hare Krishna. So last time we did
59 Mataji we have done.
59 से हमें continue करना है.
59 we have done.
We have
60
done.
से
Okay. From 60th onwards.
Yes,
Yeah. So last few verses हमने क्या discuss किया था? Arjuna asking this question to Krishna. What are the symptoms of a person who is in transcendence, right? जो liberated है, जो मुक्त आत्मा हो गए हैं, उनका क्या symptom है, वो कैसे चलते फिरते हैं. So one thing we learned that mukti doesn't mean that only after we leave the body we will become liberated, right? ये हमें तो हमेशा यही लगता था ना, मुक्ति मतलब बस छुटकारा मिल जाए शरीर से, ये दुनिया से, responsibility से. So one thing that we are learning here is when we talk about liberation or mukti, it doesn't really mean only after death. A person can be liberated even in this body. So now once suppose somebody is liberated, now Krishna is giving us the hint how we can become liberated by performing our duties or by staying in the body also. Even in present, we can become liberated. So he gives the hint to Arjun that you must perform devotional service. Bhakti yoga करके आप मुक्त हो सकते हो. So then Arjun is asking this question to Krishna, is it we can become liberated by doing devotional service? So how does that person speak? What is his language? How does he sit? How does he walk? उसका symptom क्या है? क्योंकि हम कैसे पहचानेंगे कोई मुक्त है या नहीं है? Like we normally when we meet each other, how do we know whether we are liberated or not? सामने वाला कैसा है? So symptoms हमें पता होना चाहिए. So the Supreme Lord begins with saying that such a person, he has given up all material sense desires. He has no material desires anymore. All his desires are to serve Krishna. His mind has become purified. He is completely satisfied within himself because he is situated in pure transcendental consciousness, pure knowledge. So he's fully satisfied within himself. He's not looking for happiness outside. He's all, and his mind is very calm and equipoised. Even in the midst of threefold miseries, he doesn't get affected or he doesn't get elated when there is happiness. So he's completely free. He's not attached to anything. He's free from attachment, fear, and anger. He is a stage of steady mind. उसका जो mind है वो भी स्थिर हो चुका है. Like he's स्थिर. Why his mind is स्थिर? Because his mind is placed at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. He's always thinking of Lord Krishna. He's always thinking of how I can serve Krishna. So naturally sense gratification से दूर है. अब now he's not thinking of material things or material sense desires, but he's thinking of how to serve Krishna. So his mind has become very steady. Then whatever good or evil he may obtain, he neither praises it nor despises it. अगर अच्छा हुआ तो बहुत praise करेगा, बुरा हुआ तो एकदम depression में चला जाएगा, नहीं. Why? Because he is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. He knows that material world में ups and downs होने ही वाला है. Sometimes it is going to be good time, sometimes it is going to be harsh time, but in both the times he is always serving Krishna. So he is not affected by both good and bad of this material world. Then then how does his senses, how does he stay? Because we know that as long, whenever we come in touch with any sense object, we get affected, isn't it? We develop a desire to attain that sense object. So how do these people stay then? Because they are also living in the same, the body only. Body is made up of senses and mind. So how does he stay? How does it? Sorry. How does his mind stay stable? So Krishna says that he knows how to withdraw his senses from the sense objects. Exactly analogy दिया है भगवान ने कि जैसे एक tortoise होता है, वो अपने limbs को अपने shell में उसको कभी भी ले सकता है. Like whenever he needs his limbs, वो अपने shell से अपने पैरों को बाहर निकालता है और दौड़ने लगता है. और जब भी उसको ऐसा लगता है कि danger है, तो immediately वो अपना limbs जो है withdraw कर लेता है. तो within the shell. तो वैसे ही एक जो लिबरेटेड सोल होता है, उसे बहुत अच्छे से मालूम होता है कि अपने सेंसेस को कैसे भगवान की सेवा में लगाया जाए. तो वो अननेसेसरीली सेंसेस को सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट के कांटेक्ट में आने नहीं देता. और अगर सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट कांटेक्ट में आ भी गए तो अपने सेंसेस को वो विथड्रॉ कर पाता है, बिकॉज ही हैज बिकम दैट स्ट्रॉन्ग. वो भी उसके अंदर कंट्रोल आ गया है, उसका सेंसेस उसके कंट्रोल में आ गया है. Right, so he is able to withdraw his senses even though there may be sense object. Just like we gave examples of whom. Anyone remembers किसका example हमने यहाँ पे सुना था?
श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर जी का हमने discuss
Yes,
किया था.
Srila Haridas Thakur. So Maya personification was sitting besides her, waiting for him to open his eyes and look upon her. But he was completely engaged in serving Krishna, in chanting the holy name. He did not even get affected कि अरे वो मेरे बाजू में बैठी है, इसको भगाओ या मैं इधर से भाग जाता हूँ. वैसा भी नहीं. I mean, he was very, his mind was very steady, stable. He was fixed, and he even very respectfully told her that you can wait here, no problem. I will talk to you, but after I complete my 192 rounds. So he was completely safe in Krishna consciousness, and that's our only safety. वही हमारा एक safe ये है, सेफ गार्ड की तरह. जैसे अगर बारिश गिर रही है लेकिन अगर आपने रेनकोट पहना हुआ है तो you will not be affected by the rain, right? The rain cannot drench you because you're already protected with the raincoat. तो वैसे ही अगर हम कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस प्रैक्टिस करके अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट रखते हैं तो माया हमें अफेक्ट नहीं करेगी फिर, क्योंकि सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स तो हमेशा ही रहने वाले हैं जब तक हम दुनिया में हैं. आप कहीं पर भी जाओ, आपको इतने सारे द मोमेंट यू गो आउट ऑन द रोड, एडवर्टाइजमेंट शुरू हो जाता है, इतने बड़े बड़े बिलबोर्ड. सो हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू अवॉइड योर कॉन्टैक्ट फ्रॉम देम? नजर तो पड़ेगी. टीवी है, टीवी खोला कुछ ना कुछ तो दिखेगा. आपका इंटरनेट खोला कुछ ना कुछ तो दिखेगा, which will take you away from your which will take away your senses or which will distract you. So how do we keep ourselves protected from such constant yeah, attractions of the material world? So chanting of the holy name is like that raincoat or protection for us. So such liberated souls, they also take shelter of Krishna always, and that is how they remain protected. That is how they have that power to withdraw their senses from the sense objects whenever not needed, and whenever needed they can also use them. Like a liberated soul or a perfectly a person who is in perfect transcendence can also be a grihastha, and he can also have children. Aisa nahi ki those who are liberated has to be brahmachari or a sannyasi. Even in grihastha ashram we have so many examples, like Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He was a grihastha. He is one of our acharya. प्रभुपाद जी के जो गुरु हैं भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर, उनके पिताजी हैं भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर. He had 14 children. He had 14 children and he is our acharya. So it's not that a liberated soul will not have children in this world. Even they have children in this world, but they are using that their senses for begetting Krishna conscious children. So that is the purpose of our senses. Basically, our senses should be used in the service of Krishna. So a grihastha couple will use their senses for begetting Krishna conscious children. So they know how to use their senses and when to withdraw their senses. Okay, so that is how they are always disciplined and always in their mind is always steady. So though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. So now for a devotee soul, how is it possible कि वो अपने इंद्रियों को इतना control कैसे कर पा रहा है? Because it's not so easy, right? It's not easy to control our senses. Anytime we can get distracted. कितना आसान है distract होना और sense को mind को control करना, it's very difficult. So devotees कैसे कर पाते हैं ये? Why? Because they are experiencing a higher taste. So when they are chanting, when they are serving Krishna, when they are reading Bhagavatam, when they are practicing the angas of bhakti, they are feeling that satisfaction in their heart. They are experiencing happiness. And that is why they are able to restrict themselves from the lower sense enjoyment or lower material happiness, because they are experiencing higher happiness. So that is why they are fixed in consciousness. Then the senses are okay. I think we have to now do from text 60, right? Yeah. Anuradha Mataji, आप ये repeat करोगे?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, now text 60. Yatato hi api kaunteya.
Yatato hi api kaunteya.
Purushasya vipaschitah.
Purusasya vipaschitah.
Indriyani pramathini.
Indriyani pramathini.
Haranti prasabham manah.
Haranti prasabham manah. Yatatah, while endeavoring, he certainly api, in spite of Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, Purusasya of a man, Vipaschitah, full of discriminating knowledge, Indriyani, the senses, Pramathini, agitating, Haranti, through Prashabham, by force, Manah, the mind. The senses are so strong and impetuous, O Arjun, that they forcibly carry away the wind, the mind, even of a man of discrimination who is endeavoring to control them. Purport. There are many learned sages, philosophers, and transcendentalists who try to conquer the senses, but in spite of their endeavors, even the greatest of them sometimes fall victim to material sense enjoyment due to the agitated mind. Even Vishwamitra, a great sage and perfect yogi, was misled by Menka into sex enjoyment. Although the yogi was endeavoring for sense control with several types of penance and yoga practice. And of course, there are so many similar instances in the history of the world. Therefore, it is very difficult to control the mind and senses without being fully Krishna conscious. Without engaging the mind in Krishna, one cannot choose such material engagement. A practical example is given by Sri Yamunacharya, a great saint and devotee who say, Yadvadimam chetah Krishna padar vinde, nav nav ras dham, nav nav ras dham, dhaman यदूतम रंतुम असित तद तदवधिवत नारी संग में समरिये माने भवति मुख विकारः सुष्ठु निष्ठीवनं च. Since my mind has been engaged in the service of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, I have been enjoying an ever now transcendental humor. Whenever I think of sex life with a woman, my face at once turns from it, and I spit at the thought. Krishna consciousness is such a transcendently nice thing, but that automatically material enjoyment becomes distasteful. It is as if a hungry man had satisfied his hunger by a sufficient quantity of nutritious eatables. Maharaj Amrish also conquered a great yogi, Durvasa Muni, simply because his mind was engaged in Krishna consciousness. स वह मन है स वे मन है कृष्ण पादार विंदयो वचाम से वैकुंठ गुणानु वर्णने. हरे कृष्ण मत.
Hare Krishna. So what did you understand, Mataji, from this verse? आप बता सकते थोड़ा? हाँ, आपने क्या समझा?
माता जी, हम लोग अगर हम लोग विदाउट भक्ति के हमारे सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स को कंट्रोल करने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं तो इट इज इम्पॉसिबल, क्योंकि हम जो हमारा माइंड है, मन है, बुद्धि है, जो हमारी सेंसेस है, वो कहीं ना कहीं जाके वर्क करेंगे. जब तक हम इनको ऑक्यूपाई नहीं करेंगे, दे विल गो अनदर प्लेसेस.
ऑक्यूपाई वेयर? जब कहाँ पे ऑक्यूपाई नहीं करेंगे?
ऑक्यूपाई कृष्णा भक्ति. अगर हम भक्ति में, क्योंकि उनको एक वर्क चाहिए अच्छा वाला जो हायर हो, तो अगर हम उसे कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में ऑक्यूपाई करेंगे तो दे विल नॉट गो हियर एंड देयर.
It is very important to know that only when the see यहाँ पे ये वाला लाइन आप लोग रीड करो. ये जो श्लोका है ना, बीच में श्लोका दिया है, उसके ऊपर जो सेकंड लाइन है नीचे से, without engaging the mind in Krishna, one cannot seize such material engagements. तो जब तक हमें हमारा मन कृष्ण में नहीं लगेगा, तब तक माइंड को कंट्रोल करना इम्पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. जैसे विश्वामित्र जैसे महान योगी का भी बात कर रहे हैं, राइट? ही वाज डूइंग तपस्या इन सो मेनी थाउजेंड्स ऑफ इयर्स, और बस एक बार मेनका के आने से उसके, और वो भी खाली देखा भी नहीं था, बस उसके पायल के आवाज से ही गॉट डिस्ट्रैक्टेड. सो आवर सेंसेस आर वेरी वेरी स्ट्रांग. यस माता जी,
इंगेज करना है भक्ति में, so that's why they will not मतलब डाइवर्ट नहीं होंगे, वो
इधर उधर नहीं जाएंगे, वो डाइवर्ट नहीं होंगे.
और माता जी, इसमें ये भी है कि जो विश्वकर्मा जी थे वो कृष्ण कॉन्शियस नहीं थे, इसलिए वो डिस्टर्ब्ड हो गए. और दूसरा एग्जाम्पल उन्होंने अम्बरीश महाराज का दिया है, जिनकी सेंसेस बहुत ज्यादा कंट्रोल थी, और उन्होंने सामने जो एक सेज थे उनके, दुर्वासा ऋषि, उनको जैसे बहुत गुस्सा आया कि उन्होंने फास्ट, जो भी एकादशी फास्ट वाला स्टोरी है, तो उन्होंने कैसे उस चीज को कंट्रोल करा और एकदम काम रहे, बिकॉज he was into the Krishna bhakti, in the Krishna consciousness.
Absolutely, yes. So जब दुर्वासा मुनि ने उनको कर्स किया और एक बहुत बड़े राक्षस को उत्पन्न किया उनको मारने के लिए, he did not get affected, he did not get scared. और although he was a king, वो अपने सारे सोल्जर्स को बुला सकते थे और बोल सकते थे दुर्वासा मुनि को पकड़ के जेल में डाल दो, या he could have done something like that, right? But he did not get affected to the least, मतलब ऐसा थोड़ा सा भी घबराया नहीं, कुछ नहीं. What he did, he simply took shelter of
Sudarshan,
Lord
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna,
नहीं,
Lord
Sudarshan
Krishna.
Chakra bhi nahi. Lord Krishna's holy name. That's it.
Lord Krishna's holy
He
name.
started chanting the holy name of Krishna, and then Krishna sent his Sudarshan Chakra.
Okay, then he sent the
Yeah,
Sudarshan.
so he didn't call ki Krishna, Krishna, please protect me, send a Sudarshan. Not even that.
Okay, okay,
He
Mataji.
just said, okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Even if I have to die, let me chant the holy name.
Name, yeah.
So that is
Understood.
the.
I thought, Mataji, thank you for clearing it, because I thought, he took the shelter of Lord Sudarshan. Thank you for
He
clarifying
just
it.
took shelter of his holy name, and then Krishna takes complete charge of his devotees. Just like the Draupadi, she also called and Krishna came. Ambarish Maharaj called and Krishna came. Prahlad Maharaj called and Krishna came. So all that we have to do is take shelter of Krishna's name, and Krishna will always be there with us. He will always protect us. And that's the only way to keep our mind also not not engaged in material things, but and how to keep the mind steady, how the mind can be steady, how can it be purified, only and only when we are engaging our mind in Krishna's service. And the best way of doing that is chanting the holy name, reading Bhagwadgita, hearing Bhagavatam, reading and hearing. So Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. When we are whenever we are whatever we are doing, even if we are cooking food, even if we are driving driving and going to work, or traveling, train में हो, bus में हो, कहीं पर भी हो, do not let your mind just, क्योंकि खाली मन रहेगा तो mind इधर उधर ही जाने वाला है, right?
माताजी, जस्ट लाइक जीनी, उसको जीनी को जब तक कुछ मत बोलो कि कुछ भी काम दे दो उसको, तो वो बिजी रहता है। और अगर नहीं देंगे, जैसे हमने उसको माला दे दी कि एक राउंड के बाद दूसरा राउंड करना है, दूसरे राउंड के बाद तीसरा, तो वो बिजी रहता है,
बिजी रहेगा। यस, या कुछ सुनने में, इधर यू कैन चैंट, और डिपेंडिंग ऑन द सिचुएशन वेयर यू आर ट्रैवलिंग कर रहे हो, और अगर आप सपोज चैंट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, पब्लिक में बहुत भीड़ है, एटलीस्ट यू कैन हियर समथिंग, अपने कान में ईयरफोन्स लगा लो, अदरवाइज यहाँ इधर उधर की बातें सुनाई देंगी, आसपास क्या हो रहा है, कोई झगड़ रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है, कोई किसी के बारे में बात कर रहा है, कोई गॉसिपिंग कर रहा है, हमारा माइंड उधर ही जाएगा फिर। सो वी हैव टू बी लाइक एक्सपर्ट in keeping our mind always engaged in Krishna service. So when we are working, suppose now if I take an example of a working woman, okay, or a working person, anybody, तो जब तक हमें काम करना है, yes, at that time we have to fully give our mind to the work that we are doing. But other than that, when we are traveling, when we are talking to somebody, तो उस समय we have to we should try and keep our mind fixed on Krishna. Otherwise there is always a chance कि हम भटक जाए, या हमारा माइंड जो है भटक जाए इधर उधर की बातों में, और in other things. Yeah, so Krishna consciousness is such a transcendently nice thing that automatically material enjoyment becomes distasteful. और Krishna consciousness जब हम follow करते हैं तो ये इतना beautiful है और इतना हमें आनंद देता है कि हम ऑटोमेटिकली भूल जाते हैं मटेरियल एंजॉयमेंट, कोई हमें फोर्स नहीं करता, it becomes distasteful automatically. Can you all share any of your experiences कि ऐसा आपको
माताजी, मैं अपनी मदर का करना चाहूंगी। जैसे कि मेरी मदर अपना गुरु मंत्र पहले पढ़ते थे, उनका ओम नमो नारायणाय जो भी मंत्र है, बिकॉज शी इज फ्रॉम श्री परंपरा। अभी जैसे कि वो हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र भी पढ़ती हैं 16 वाला, तो जैसे कि पहले मेरी ताई जी का फोन आता था तो कैसे वो बोलती जाती थी और मेरी मम्मी उनको जवाब देती जाती थी, ऐसे करते
माता जी, वन सेकंड ना, आपका फोन थोड़ा, आपका फेस नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है, सो कैन यू जस्ट एडजस्ट योर, या
इज इट ओके माता जी?
या नाउ इट्स फाइन।
तो जैसे कि आज मैं उनसे बात कर रही थी तो उन्होंने बोला कि तो ताई जी का फोन आता है तो अब मेरा मन नहीं लगता है, वो जो भी बोलती हैं अपने घर का बात, तो मेरे को लगता है कि मेरा टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है ऐसे बोलते बोलते, वो भी बोल रही है और मेरे कान भी मतलब कुछ सेवा नहीं कर पा रहा है, तो मुझे एकदम व्यर्थ लगता है। और जैसे पहले कैसे वो खुद से बहुत शौकीन से आधा घंटा बैठकर बात करती थी उनसे, और अब वो 5-10 मिनट के बाद ही बोलती थी अच्छा चलो मैं रखती हूँ, मेरे को माला करना है।
Yeah. So now it has become distasteful.
Distasteful। और कैसे पहले बहुत शौकीन थी कि मैं उनको टोकती भी थी कि आप रख दीजिए, बेकार बातें कर रही है ताई जी, तो वो बोलती थी कोई नहीं, मैं तो हैंडीकैप हूँ, सारा दिन घर में रहती हूँ और तुम लोग तो चलो बाहर भी चले जाते हो, 10 लोगों से मिल लेते हो, चलो फोन करके थोड़ा मेरा टाइम पास कर दिया, और अब वो बोलती है कि वो परेशान करती है फोन करके। तो मैंने उनको आज कुछ बोला नहीं, बस मैंने सुना, तो मुझे समझ में आया कि मतलब उनको भगवान वो इंटेलिजेंस दे रहे हैं।
यस यस, और वो टेस्ट अब मिल रहा है ना उन्हें कि ज्यादा
हाँ,
अच्छा लग रहा है, कृष्ण का नाम ले लूं ज्यादा अच्छा है, rather than hearing somebody's gossiping or yeah.
yes Mataji, Mataji, it's all because of Tanuja Mataji, because she has already my mother was a Vaishnav, but you know फिर भी मिश्र भक्ति करती थी। तनुजा माता जी ने मुझे भक्ति दिया, फिर मैंने आगे अपनी मम्मी को दिया, आगे मतलब मैं जितने भी लोगों को कर पाई। और अब माता जी मैं कहीं पर भी जाती हूँ तो मुझे शर्म नहीं आती है, लोगों से भगवान से कृष्ण के बारे में ही बात निकलता है मुंह से, दूसरा और कोई
Right.
बात नहीं निकलता है, क्योंकि लगता है निकलेगा मुंह से दूसरा कोई बात तो टाइम वेस्ट हो जाएगा। क्योंकि यू डोंट नो डेथ कभी भी आ सकती है माता जी।
Yes.
फ्रॉक की तरह हम इधर उधर शोर मचाकर टक टक करेंगे तो स्नेक कभी भी आकर खा जाएगा। तो किसी से भी बात करे तो हमेशा कृष्ण का ही बात करे। आप भी
Yeah.
ऐसे ही आशीर्वाद दीजिए।
Absolutely, and that is life only. Even Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, हम कैसे पहचान सकते हैं कि कोई जिंदा है? Actually, everybody is like moving dead bodies. As long as we are not talking about Krishna, we are moving dead bodies. Only when we are
True,
talking
माता जी।
about Krishna, telling others about Krishna, we are alive.
यस माता जी, एक्चुअली इट इज लाइक दैट ओनली। जब आप आते हो इस भक्ति की स्पिरिचुअल पाथ में, तभी आपको समझ में आता है। और माता जी मुझे क्या लगता है, हमें अपने तक नहीं रखना चाहिए, हमें दूसरों को भी देना चाहिए, बिकॉज कलयुग इज फुल ऑफ एंजाइटीज, फियर्स। लोग कुछ लोग बात नहीं कर पाते, अगर वो भक्ति करेंगे तो देयर विल बी चेंज इन देयर लाइफ आल्सो।
Absolutely, yes.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji. It's not
Yes.
I to glorify, but actually this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. This is what Prabhupada is saying. This is what Krishna is saying. You the enlighten everyone with bhakti. Nacha tasmat manusheshu kinchinyati. So we have to do that. So rather it was there within Isha that she was all prepared to take up the devotion.
Yeah.
But Mataji, I would be really grateful to Tanuja Mataji and you, and then the other Prabhuji which are coming to our society, because हमें इतनी सारी opportunities दे रहे हैं भगवान कृष्ण उनका नाम सुनने का, तो हमारा कान कितना
Yes.
मतलब ब्लेस हो रहा है
Yeah,
इतना
you
सारा
all are
सेवा
very
पाकर,
fortunate and blessed actually.
कि हमें थर्सडे को यहाँ क्लास मिल जाता है भगवद गीता का, सैटरडे को नीचे मिल जाता है एकदम घर के पास। तो मुझे लगता है कि हमें भगवान खुद मतलब दे रहे हैं वो मौका। तनुजा के साथ
स्वयं
चलते
आ रहे हैं
चलते मिल जाता
भगवान,
है। हाँ,
when the devotee is coming from temple and prasadam आपको
We have
मिल
to
रहा है, it
make
is
use
a
that
great fortune
opportunity,
actually.
Mataji.
yes
Definitely,
माता जी।
definitely. So for me, this is the only thing, Mataji. In my very beginning of the Krishna consciousness, I was not knowing philosophy much, or neither I chanted, but there was a feeling of that being good. I mean, with the devotees, I was feeling good with them. I don't know how to express that. But as soon as we moved to India, that time I was thinking, we should also call the friends, arrange a program and do something, do like that. And then I came to know that Sridevi Mataji is giving classes and I immediately joined her. So,
Yeah.
Krishna made that arrangement. So I was
Yes,
just
yes.
thinking, how do I go about, where do I start? And some association I had, what do I do? But he really makes the arrangement, Mataji. And now by his mercy, we are having 3 teachers for our apartment, Mataji, you and Chakravarti Prabhuji. So we are even more blessed now.
All glories to your desires. Your desire is very strong that everyone should get Krishna consciousness.
In fact, last Saturday, Sunday, when we went to temple, myself and Isha, we tried to distribute book also in the metro.
Wow,
So
nice.
we tried our best. My daughter didn't feel good because some of them are rejecting. So she said, Mama, please don't distribute in the train. She didn't feel good, seeing that, we are rejected. She's too small,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't feel good.
Feel it's
Then I
okay.
understood, yeah. Please don't do in the train, because some people on the face they say, no, we don't want and we
Yeah.
don't do. Yeah, so and while talking with one of the youngster Mataji, he was saying that I just want to be a normal person. So then, what do you mean? And he said that he believes in science. So I asked, so is your science keeping you happy? Are you happy? I asked. He said, no, I'm not happy. Then did you think, how can you be happy? He said that my parents can afford me to a therapist. So I'm happy for that. So today for the youngsters, just going to the therapist and meeting a counselor is
Happiness.
absolutely normal. But when you're taking up bhakti, that means you're not normal.
Hmm.
So there
Yeah.
is so much to do, Mataji. That's what I feel in Krishna consciousness. There is so much to do. We have to chant, we have to read,
Especially
we have to
youngsters.
do service.
How old was she?
Yeah, Mataji, he was a boy. Maybe I think he must be some
Okay.
20-year-old boy. So very, the society is so much degrading,
But
Mataji. We
you
have
know
so much
why
to do.
youngsters में आजकल हम देख रहे हैं साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम बहुत बढ़ रहा है.
Hmm. Yes,
थेरेपिस्ट के पास जाने का जो नीड है वो इतना बढ़ रहा है in 18, 19, 20 years of age. Why is that so? Why? Because the mind is not controlled. The senses are not controlled. 14, 15
And Mataji, and
years में
one
वो
more
इतना
thing I
explore कर लेते हैं.
realized, Mataji, even coming to Krishna consciousness, also we should be very sincere to our process. As you said, we should constantly hear, we should constantly read Prabhupada's book. Then we are strong. Even after coming here, Naam ke siva aap jab karte ho, here also you may fall down. So there should be a sincerity, because this is one shocking thing for me. When I went to GEV, I met one of the Mataji. I think she is a psychologist or someone. So I was telling that if you read Bhagwadgita, then there's no need of any psychologist. And she said that, Mataji, do you know 90% of my, clients or patients, whatever it is, they are devotees.
Devotees.
So that is shocking. Maybe you're not doing the process properly. आप just chant करती हो. Unless otherwise, we read Prabhupada's book constantly. We hear to Prabhupada and we hear to the classes. We hear to the lecture. Here also, Mataji, it just becomes like, you're just a devotee for a namesake.
Yeah.
So
That's
we
so
have
true.
to
That's
be
very
very
true, actually.
sincere. Yeah, we have to be sincere to the process. It's just not that humne devotee ban diya and let them do whatever you want. You want to constantly motivate them and constantly help them until they become steady. Are they reading? Are they hearing? Right. And now I'm very happy, Mataji. This group of yours they are all advancing very nicely. They are all hearing, they are all reading, they are all chanting and taking prasadam, because if we are not doing this process properly, then the fall down becomes very easily here also.
Yes. So if we want that our mind should become steady, then yes, we have to do constant, like 16 rounds chanting, regularly, daily hearing, daily reading, and preaching also. After we receive mercy, we also have to extend the mercy to
Distribute
others.
the mercy. Exactly.
It's like
That's what
complete.
yesterday. Exactly. Prabhupada said that, we have to try to convince others. Even if they are not convinced, it doesn't matter. But we should try to talk about Krishna consciousness to friends or anybody. And
Yes.
that will help us in our progress.
Yeah.
So if those things are properly taken, Mataji, then advancement and being steady is guaranteed. But if you are just doing, and many of them say that bhakti has to come from within. How it is within? For me, it didn't come from within. Somebody showed me the path, then only it came.
Yeah, bhakti is there inside, yes. Love
Everybody
for
is
Krishna
there,
is
no,
there,
Mataji.
but it
Government
has
is
to
there,
be,
no?
it has to
Exactly.
be
Everybody
ignited.
has, but you just can't preach and somebody has to come by themselves. How will they come, Mataji? It can't happen that way, right? So we need to preach, we need to tell, because nobody, and some of them I feel that, even those who are in Krishna consciousness, they behave like a devotee amongst the devotee community. But when they go outside, when they talk with their other friends, they don't even show them that, they are Krishna conscious or they are attending such class, they chant. They feel, it is probably shameful to disclose that. It is a private thing. And they just feel like, they want to keep it within themselves. Yeah. So, I mean, all these things may not help them much in advancing in bhakti, and probably, that fall down of maybe you're little better than a materialistic person, but we can't guarantee the success, no, Mataji.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes, we have to
Mataji, we
try.
have
No,
taken
no,
so
no.
much
We have
in
to
your
try
class
our
without
best.
knowing.
We have to try
Yeah.
our best, whatever we can,
At
because
least we should be sincere to our process,
yes,
whatever we do. Yeah, whether you're doing 4 rounds or 8 rounds, or you're
yes,
hearing for 10 minutes or you're reading for 10 minutes, that much seriousness, that 1 hour or 2 hour or 3 hours, whatever we allot, we have to be sincere to that time,
yeah,
and not taking it for, granted. And
yes,
not think that you have become a devotee. I remember one of the quote of Radhanath Swami, he says that every day you should think that you're a new devotee. Only in that consciousness you can serve Krishna better. The moment you think you're a devotee, you're advanced, then you're falling down. So that is also there. We should be always, we are very meek and very humble in front of Krishna. We are nothing. So we should have that humility to approach Krishna and also to approach the other people and devotees.
Hmm.
So here our arrogance or our pride doesn't help at all.
Yes. Okay, Mataji. So we'll continue to the next verse, 61st. Who wants to repeat this? ईशा माताजी, आपको बोलना है?
ओके माताजी, हरे कृष्णा माताजी।
हरे कृष्ण। तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य
तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य
युक्त आसीत् मत्परः
युक्त आसीत् मत्परा
वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि
वशे हि यस्य इन्द्रियाणि
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता।
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। Tani, those senses, sarvani, all, samyamya, keeping under control, yukta, engaged, ashita, should be situated, mat, para, in relationship with me, vashe, in full subjugation, high, certainly, yasya, one whose, indriyani, senses, tasya, his, prajna, consciousness, pratishtata, fixed. One who restrains his senses, keeping them under full control, and fixes his consciousness upon me is known as a man of steady intelligence. Purport: that the highest conception of yoga perfection is Krishna consciousness, is clearly explained in this verse. And unless one is Krishna conscious, it is not at all possible to control the senses. As cited above, the great sage Durvasa Muni picked a quarrel with Maharaj Amrish, and Durvasa Muni unnecessarily became angry out of pride and therefore could not check his senses. On the other hand, the king, although not as powerful a yogi as the sage, but a devotee of the Lord, silently tolerated all the sage injustices and thereby emerged victorious. The king was able to control his senses because of the following qualification as mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Save mana Krishna padarvindaya vacham si vaikuntha gunanu varanane karur harir mandira marjanadishu shrutim chakra chutyas सत्कथोदय मुकुन्दालिङ्गलया दर्शनी दर्शाउ तद्वृद्ध्या गत्रा स्पर्शे नगा सङ्गमम् घरणं च तत्पादा सरोजसौरभे श्रीमत्तुलस्य रसनाम तद् अर्पिते पदाौ हरे क्षेत्र पदानुशर्पणे शिरो ऋषिकेशा पदाभिविन्दने कमं च दास्य नातु कमकामयय Yathotam shloka jana shreyarati. King Amrisha fixed his mind on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, engaged his words in describing the abode of the Lord, his hands in cleaning the temple of the Lord, his ears in hearing the pastimes of the Lord, his eyes in seeing the form of the Lord, his body in touching the body of the devotee, his nostril in smelling the flavor of the flowers offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, his tongue in tasting the tulsi leaves offered to him, his legs in traveling to the holy places where his temple is situated, his head in offering obeisances unto the Lord, and his desire in fulfilling the desire of the Lord. And all these qualifications made him fit to become a Matpara devotee of the Lord. The word Matpara is most significant in this connection. How one can become Matpara is described in the life of Maharaj Amrish. Srila Baldev Vidya Bhushana, a great scholar and acharya in the line of Matpara, remarks, Mat Bhakti Prabhavena Sarvendriye Vijya Purvika Swatam Drishti Sulabheti Bhava. The senses can be controlled only by the strength of devotional service to Krishna. Also, the example of fire is sometimes given as a blazing fire burns everything within a room. Lord Vishnu, situated in the heart of the yogi, burns up all kinds of impurities. The Yoga Sutra also prescribes meditation on Vishnu and not meditate on the void. The so-called yogis who meditate on something other than Vishnu simply waste their time in a vain search after some phantasmagoria. We have to be Krishna conscious, devoted to the personality of the Godhead. This is the aim of the real yoga. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So these two verses are saying the same thing, that unless and until we are completely Krishna conscious, our mind cannot come under complete control and our intelligence will not be purified. So for a steady mind and pure intelligence, we have to engage our mind and senses in Krishna's service. So now let's see how Ambarish Maharaj used to engage his mind and senses in Krishna's service. So he engaged his words in describing the abode of the Lord. मतलब उनका जो ज़बान है, the tongue has two uses. What are the two uses of the tongue?
Tasting and talking.
Yes, one is tasting food, another is talking. So both we have to engage in Krishna's service. Otherwise, it will be engaged in material things. So tasting means we have to eat honor only Krishna prasadam. So if we must always eat only Krishna prasadam and talk only about Krishna. Try to, whenever you meet someone, just talk about Krishna. Okay, so engaging the words in describing the abode of the Lord. Hands in cleaning the temple of the Lord. हाथों को कैसे यूज करना है? भगवान के मंदिर को साफ करना। अब मंदिर मतलब ये नहीं कि खाली जो मंदिर है उसी को हमें साफ करना है। आपका पूरा घर अगर हम ये समझेंगे कि भगवान का घर है, तो it is as good as a temple. So even cleaning your own house is actually cleaning the temple of the Lord, provided you have that consciousness that my house belongs to whom? To Krishna. Yeah, to Krishna. It is not mine. It belongs to Krishna. So when you're cleaning your house, it is cleaning the temple. In addition, yes, even going into the temple and doing service over there, cleaning the temple of Lord Krishna, or cleaning your own house का जो temple है, वो तो है ही कि cleaning the temple of the Lord. But even cleaning your house is, when we are doing that daily work, we have to keep in our mind that this house belongs to Krishna and I'm just serving my Lord. Okay, then ears in hearing the pastimes of the Lord. When you're doing your daily routine activity, साथ में अपने कानों को भी engage रखो. Don't keep your ears empty. आप हाथ से काम कर रहे हो, बॉडी से काम कर रहे हो, लेकिन कानों को भी एंगेज रखना है. इसीलिए कॉन्स्टेंटली हियर द पास्ट टाइम्स ऑफ द लॉर्ड. कान में हमेशा वो ईयरफोन्स लगा के रखो, या स्विच ऑन सम हरे कृष्णा कीर्तन or some katha in the background and continue your cleaning or cooking or whatever you're doing or traveling, right? तो कान भी engaged होने चाहिए. Eyes को उन्होंने कैसे engage किया? By seeing the form of the Lord. So every day make it a habit कि आप कोई न कोई भगवान के पिक्चर को आप जरूर देखोगे. Every day, like now Chandan Yatra is going on. Okay, so we get such beautiful pictures of Lord Radha Madhav and Radha Shyam Sundar and Radha Ras Bihari ji ka Chandan Yatra ka. आप लोगों ने दर्शन किया?
Yes, Mataji.
How beautifully they decorated.
Yes, Radha Ras Bihari. Yeah. With all flower dress on the first day.
Yes.
So it was totally, Mataji, very much crowded that day, but still, we were able to manage the darshan. Yeah. But it was beautiful.
Very beautiful it is, yeah. So every day we must try and आजकल तो इतना मतलब गूगल पे आप जाओगे, गूगल पे भी मिल सकता है सारे पिक्चर्स, या इसमें ग्रुप्स में तो आते ही हैं पिक्चर्स. सो वी मस्ट, आप फोन उठाओ तो पहले भगवान को थोड़ा निहारो, कैसा आज कौन से कलर का ड्रेस पहना है, उनका जो गार्लैंड है वो किस तरह से बना है, विथ व्हाट काइंड ऑफ फ्लावर्स, and whether it is a big garland, small garland, tulsi garland है, या just small details भगवान का वो observe करने की कोशिश करो. This is how you will engage your eyes, your mind in service of Krishna. So how he is holding his flute, everything, the dresses of the gopis, of Giri Govardhan, of Radharani, every small details if you observe. So that is how you're engaging your eyes, ears, everything in Krishna's service. Then body, in touching the body of the devotee. तो जब हम मंदिर जाते हैं और कोई हमें पहचान के डिवोटीज मिलते हैं, हमारे माता जी मिलती हैं कोई, we should always embrace them or touch their feet, because by touching their feet or by embracing them, our sense, the sense of touch will get purified, right? Then nostrils का function क्या है? Smell करना. So we should smell the offered flowers जो हमें मिलता है जब हम मंदिर जाते हैं, तो पुजारी हमें देते हैं ना आरती के बाद, तो वो फ्लावर्स हमें सूंघना चाहिए. इवन एट होम जो फ्लावर्स हम भगवान को ऑफर करते हैं, जब एंड ऑफ द डे में हम निकालते हैं सारे फ्लावर्स, तो वो हमें पहले स्मेल कर लेना चाहिए, and then we can remove them. So this is how we purify our nostrils. Then tongue, in tasting the tulsi leaves offered to him. So meaning prasadam, because prasadam में तो हम तुलसी डालते ही हैं, तो tongue को prasadam taste करना चाहिए. And then legs, in traveling to the holy place where his temple is situated. पैरों को कैसे यूज करते थे अम्बरीश महाराज? वो चल के जाते थे मंदिर तक. वैसे ही मंदिर तक जाना, घर से राधा रास बिहारी टेम्पल या राधा गोपीनाथ टेम्पल तक जब हम जाते हैं, तो वी आर एंगेजिंग अवर बॉडी, अवर लेग्स इन सर्विस ऑफ कृष्णा. फिर धाम में जाना, परिक्रमा करना, ये सब कुछ हम अपने पैरों से भगवान का सेवा करते हैं. Then his head, in offering obeisances unto the Lord. जब हम भगवान के सामने झुकते हैं, तो घर में भी हमें झुकना चाहिए. The first thing after getting up from the bed is we should bow down our head to Mother Earth, to Lord Krishna, to our Guru. Ki, we should, the first thing we should do in the morning is be grateful to them that you have given me one more day to be Krishna conscious, one more day to serve you, one more day to chant your holy name. इतना enthusiasm होना चाहिए हमारे अंदर. Wow, I'm getting one more day today that to chant the holy name, to serve Krishna. And then we should think, how can I serve Krishna today the best? How can I give my best to serve Krishna today, to make him happy? And that is a success. That is our success, actually. Success is not something which we are going to get 20 years later, 30 years later. No, success is how you're using your entire day today. Whether you are able to please Krishna with your activities. At the end of the day, we must reflect. आज मैंने क्या क्या किया, कहाँ पे गलती की, कहाँ पे मैं मैं अपने गुस्से को कंट्रोल कर सकती थी पर मैं नहीं कर पाई, कहाँ पे मैं अपने जबान को कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाई, कहाँ पे मैं आज टाइम वेस्ट कर दी. I could have utilized that time in hearing or reading something about Krishna, but I just wasted my time. So ये reflect करना चाहिए, and every day try to improve, every day try to do something more.
Here we can also write a journal at the end of the day about a day's activity, like what you said.
Make your own
What
diary.
has come. Yeah, so that will help us to understand at the end of the month or the week where all
Yes.
we have went wrong and where all we can improve.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that's also a very good way of reflecting our own
Yeah.
sadhana and our
Yeah.
own day.
Yeah, because many a times devotees ask that गुस्सा नहीं जा रहा है, काफी times हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं but गुस्सा नहीं जाता. So we have to reflect कि गुस्सा क्या आने का कारण क्या है. Now Krishna gives everything in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is like complete in itself. हर एक जो हमारा कोई भी आपका प्रश्न होगा उसका आंसर भगवद गीता में है. तो गुस्सा आने का कारण भगवान क्या कहते हैं? Lust, right? Any lust is there in the heart or any material desire is there, then anger is bound to come, because if it doesn't get fulfilled, then we will get angry. And उसके अलावा anger का और एक कारण क्या है? तमोगुण में रहना या रजोगुण में रहना, passion में रहना. So we have to reflect कि मैं ऐसा क्या चीज कर रही हूँ कि मेरे अंदर mode of passion आ रहा है. So it could be through your eating, maybe we may be taking prasadam, but if you take spicy prasadam, then you are also getting some tamogun का गुण भी आ रहा है अंदर, right? So ये छोटी चीजें हैं जो over the time we have to look, we have to reflect what I have to improvise more in my daily sadhana, and then correct each small thing. Then Krishna gives intelligence. If we are sincere, if we reflect, then Krishna from our heart, because there are, we have 4 kinds of gurus. Okay, so one is Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru is Paramatma sitting in our heart. He is acting as a Chaitya Guru. तो वो हमें अंदर से गाइड करते हैं. जब हम sincerely कुछ reflect करते हैं और सोचते हैं कि I want to make progress, I want association of devotees, how can I do all these things? Then Krishna from within the heart, he guides us. So Chaitya Guru helps us if we are sincere. And then there are the Shiksha Gurus, then Path Pradarshak Guru, then there is Diksha Guru. So like this, there are 4 kinds of gurus. So this Chaitya Guru, as Chaitya Guru, the Lord is always there with us. He's always there to guide us. So yeah, we must reflect on every day, daily sadhana, what I'm doing and where I can improve, where did I go wrong, all these things. Then, I was talking that the first thing in the morning we should do is bow down to first Mother Earth, and then bow down to Guru, bow down to Krishna, remember them and pray to them that please help me, that in today's day I may be able to please you with all my devotional activities. And then his desires and fulfilling the desires of the Lord. So how does a devotee engage his desires? Because becoming desireless is not possible. We are spirit souls, right? So spirit soul ऐसा खाली desireless नहीं बन सकती कि void, there is nothing, so just don't think about anything. ऐसा हो नहीं सकता, आप खाली नहीं बैठ सकते हो. But we have to engage that tendency of thinking, tendency of desiring to somewhere. Where do we engage? We should engage it in now trying to fulfill the Krishna's desires, right? Krishna kya chahte hain? What is Krishna's desire? I want to do what Krishna wants. I want to please Krishna. So that should be our desire. That is a pure desire. So all these qualifications made Ambarish Maharaj fit to become a Matpara devotee of the Lord. So this is Matpara devotee, Matpara, pure devotee. Matpara means Krishna's devotee, my devotee. Krishna says he's mine. When will we become like that? कब कृष्णा बोलेंगे कि ये मेरा है, ये मेरा बंदा है, ये मेरा भक्त है? जब हम ये पूरा सब कुछ जो अम्बरीश महाराज करते हैं ना, वो जब हम करेंगे, अपने इंद्रियों को भगवान की सेवा में लगाएंगे, then Krishna will say, you are mine, this person is mine. Matpara devotee.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, मुझे ये मतपरा का थोड़ा मतलब समझ में नहीं आया. मतलब कि ये भक्त मेरा है, इसका मतलब ये है?
नहीं, actually Matpara, ये वो तो मैं मतलब I'm telling you that Matpara in the sense that you become, see, Matpara का actual meaning है pure devotee.
Pure
How do we become pure devotee? By doing everything that that King Ambarish did for Lord Krishna. And then Krishna will say that this person is mine. I will exactly find out what is the meaning of Matpara, but from here the word Matpara means pure devotee.
Pure devotee. Yeah. मतलब हम जो मतलब ये काम करते हैं, अम्बरीश महाराज पूरा अपने शरीर का हर एक अंग इस्तेमाल करते हैं भगवान की सेवा में, वैसे ही अगर हम भी करेंगे तो हम भी मतपरा devotee हो जाएंगे.
Yes. We can become pure devotees. We can become, and Krishna definitely says, na, Krishna says, तुम्हारा हृदय गोविंद स्थान, I don't remember what that song. There's one song which says that in your heart Govinda resides, and Govinda says, in my heart my devotee resides. So Govinda also says that this is my devotee. I mean, that is, I'm telling you that when we become Matpara, means pure devotee, then Krishna also says that this person is mine. So
okay,
that devotee also stays in Krishna's heart, and in the heart of the devotee, Krishna stays. So like this.
माता जी, इसमें जब मैं वृंदावन गई थी तो एक प्रभु जी मिले थे, उन्होंने बताया था कि भगवान बलेनो गाड़ी लेकर आए थे उन माता जी के लिए. मैंने आपको बताया भी था वो स्टोरी, जब उनका पैर टूट गया था तो उनको जब डॉक्टर ने पूछा ये कौन है आपकी, तो भगवान ने उनको बोला था कि ये मेरी बंदी है. और वो माता जी बहुत सुंदर थी, तो उन्होंने कभी अपना थोड़ी सी बड़ी होने के बाद, टीनेजर होने के बाद, उन्होंने अपना चेहरा भी कभी नहीं देखा था शीशे में. प्रभु जी बता रहे थे।
Yeah.
तो जैसे आपने बोला कि भगवान बोलेंगे कि ये मेरा बंदा है, तो मुझे भी लगा कि एक दिन हमें भी बोलेंगे ये मेरी बंदी है।
Yes, yes, definitely. And that should be our endeavor. कि हम,
Yeah.
Krishna should,
उसी के लिए वर्क हार्ड करना है
yeah,
माता
Krishna
जी।
should be happy to say that, yeah, this person is mine.
या क्योंकि हम तो उन्हें बोलते हैं माता जी कि मैं आपकी हूँ और आप मेरे हो, बट जिस दिन वो बोलेंगे, और जिस दिन मंदिर में तो बहुत लोग आते हैं, लेकिन कृष्ण किसको देख रहे हैं वो इम्पोर्टेंट है माता जी।
Yeah.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Swati Mataji, any reflections from your side?
I joined late, Mataji. I went to my sister's place at Kharghar.
Acha.
So I didn't realize that it's a long journey by train. I always went by road with my husband. This time I went by train, so it took me really
How
long.
much time? 1.5 hours laga hoga.
Yes, Mataji, door to door, more than 1.5 hours. Because I had to change at Thane. And so, since I didn't go with kids today, I could manage to go by train today.
Okay. Yeah.
I joined little late. Apologies, Mataji, for that.
No problem. No problem. It's fine.
I told my sister if she can join from Thursday. She has small kids. Let's see if she can manage to.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you for the session, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. It's always a pleasure. Okay, anyone else? Leela Mataji, Chinmay Mataji, Sita Lakshmi Mataji. You want to share something?
Mataji, you asked about the experience as to what changes have you seen. So I was a Netflix, binge watching person now, and there would be like, I have, some 7 to 8 shows I must have already ticked off as to be in my list to watch. Now I've started, I stop. I don't feel like watching it, just don't feel like watching. And then I remove them from the row, the list of, I can't say I'm completely out of it, but I have lost, seeing the reviews is like, no, I have to watch this or whatever. So, itna list mein I was a hardcore Netflix addict. Yeah, hardcore. And abhi to I don't know when is the last when I completed one season of any show. Honestly, I just started something. I said, nahi dekhna hai, ye band kar deti hu. Nahi dekhna hai. Interest in it is like, usse acha then let me. And I just came across the Nectar of Devotion by Srila Rupa Goswami ka. I called for that book from library wala I have. So I've started reading that. So I said, ye dekhne se acha 10 minute wo hi pad lu. ये नहीं देखती हूँ अभी.
So which book is that? Prabhupada जी का ही book है ना वो?
हाँ.
Nectar of Devotion.
का है Nectar of Devotion, but it's completely in English. It's not Sanskrit का.
Yes.
So वो just start किया, and I think that book must be in library wala. It's a very good book. And I have also called for Srimad Bhagavatam by, I'll just a second, I'll just get that. 1 minute.
माता जी, तब तक मैं आपको एक श्लोक सुनाऊं. मैंने पहली बार याद करा और मंदिर में प्रभुपाद की डेटी को सुनाया.
अरे वाह.
ये बुक माता जी
कंडेंस्ड श्रीमद्
कंडेंस्ड पूर्ण प्रज्ञा दासा उनका है. हाँ, तो वो अब जस्ट वो भी मैंने आई थिंक बोथ द बुक्स ना, आई थिंक कितने सालों से वो लाइब्रेरी वाले के गोडाउन में पड़ा होगा, किसी ने खोला भी नहीं होगा. मतलब वो मैं पेज खोल रही तो ऐसा कर्र आवाज आता है ना, वैसा पेज चिपका होगा. किसी को इंटरेस्ट नहीं, किसी ने दान दिया होगा. वो वैसे ही सेम द जर्नी होम का राधानाथ स्वामी का कोरा नया बुक मैंने ही खोला होगा वो बुक. एंड उसके बाद
ले रखा था. So at least one person changed, no, library में.
हाँ, तो मैं बोला they are not even calling me to call for the book again because nobody is keeping it in their want list wala in the queue. So I've just called. This I have not started, Mataji. I'm just reading that it's थोड़ा सा heavy भी है, तो you know the कैसे आपको
Grasp करना
prayers
थोड़ा।
करना, हाँ devotional prayers और किसा वो करना है, थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ती हूँ, not too much but at least थोड़ा थोड़ा करके। and this time more interested श्रीमद् भागवतम, because वहाँ फ्राइडे का भी क्लास रहता है, तो थोड़ा एक बैकग्राउंड है ना, तो and this is purely, it doesn't have purport, I think ये पूरा story form में ही है, completely all the stories are there.
Yeah.
So this would be, I think I may start reading it for my son also, कुछ नहीं तो रात को सोते सोते उसको थोड़ा पढ़ा लूं, मतलब पढ़ा इन द सेंस वो कितना सुनेगा पता नहीं, एटलीस्ट लेट इट गो थ्रू हिज
स्टोरी फॉर्म में आप बताओ ना,
हाँ वही
आप
वही ये
पढ़ोगे
स्टोरी
तो।
है, हाँ ये स्टोरी है, इट्स देयर इज नो एक्सप्लेनेशन
Yes,
और यू नो
yes.
ऐसा स्टोरी है, तो सोच रही हूँ अभी, लेट मी सी, उसका अभी ये भी
That's a
चालू
good
होएगा।
start.
हाँ ये summer vacation will start, so nothing as long as I can make him listen something.
Even if he reads and you hear, that is also okay. तो उसका reading भी improve होगा if he is interested.
We are very lazy Mataji to read. Abhi he will listen. तुम पढ़ो, I will listen.
Whatever way you feel the best is for your child, that you can do.
Like he'll feel sleepy, start yawning when if he has to read. But if I read and I make some, you know, थोड़ा सा
Interesting करना करो।
हाँ मतलब dialogues में मैं वो approach करके बात करूँ, then he'll हाँ then what happened ऐसा करेंगे।
Yeah.
Thought है कितना कर पाऊंगी पता नहीं, but yeah.
Yes. Great. Isha Mataji, you wanted to recite the shloka, no?
Yes, Mataji. Krishna Krishna Mahabhavo Bhaktanam Abhayankara Tavniko Dahamanam Pavargo Asi Samsrite. Mataji,
very nice.
This is
Mataji,
from
आपने
the
बोला था
last Bhagavatam वाला class.
Bhagavatam, yes.
हाँ, हाँ,
माताजी आपने बोला था ना कि
हाँ,
मंदिर
हाँ।
जाओगे तो जाकर देवती को सुनाना, तो बहुत भीड़ थी, तो मैं
I'm
प्रभुपाद
sure Radharaj
की
Jai
देवती को
must be
सुनाए
very
थे।
happy.
This is chapter
और-
3, chapter 3, canto 1, na?
Seventh chapter.
सेवन चैप्टर
I don't have,
22
just
श्लोक है।
listening.
अर्जुन उवाच
कहाँ है?
22 22 टेक्स्ट
22 to 27 and 26.
24 माताजी सेड 4, तो माताजी आई वाज ट्राइंग, नाउ आई एम लर्निंग द सेकंड वन, तब
Great,
माधा वाला।
wonderful.
तो माताजी इट्स ऑल बिकॉज यू सेड एंड इट हैज बिकम सो मच एम्पावर्ड।
Mataji, tell this on Friday also.
Yeah, tomorrow in the class.
Tomorrow, Mataji, I am going to Jagannath Puri. I don't know
Oh,
whether.
okay, yes.
So
Happy
from
journey.
Bhubanesh. Yeah,
Happy journey.
thank you so
Pray
much,
for all of
Mataji.
us.
Yes,
जगन्नाथ
ma'am.
जी बोलेगा,
Yes,
हम सब
Mataji,
अच्छे से भक्ति
बिल्कुल
कर सके।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल Mataji. I'll pray for all, spirituality, and so that they do lot of endeavors.
Yeah.
Every one of them should start doing endeavors, because this should be the aim of life. This is the main goal of the life.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. Any questions?
Pranam.
और कोई question नहीं है ना किसी का? Okay, so we'll stop. Thank you.
Mataji, one small, very
Yeah.
basic query on prasad offering. Now, what happens is, if I make chapati ka aata, okay, I offer whatever I made. But kabhi-kabhi sabka khane ke baad bhi aata bach jata hai, which I then use it for next day or whatever. So, can I offer from that, or I have to make fresh aata and then only offer?
You can offer. You can offer. वो
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैंने
बंदा
ऑलरेडी
रखो।
ऑफर कर दिया है, तो फिर मैं क्यों ऑफर कर, तो मैं थोड़ा सा अलग करके वो करते, वो मतलब थोड़ा सा
नहीं आप वो वाला यूज ऑफर कर सकते हो, because you are going to make fresh chapatis, no, from that.
हाँ मतलब आज के लिए फ्रेश करेंगे, बट आटा मतलब ऐसे मतलब आई थॉट
चलेगा,
कि वो
उसी
आटे
आटे से आप वापस बना के ऑफर कर सकते हो।
ओके माता जी, ऐसा कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि मोस्टली मॉर्निंग में बच जाता है, तो भी शाम को जब नाइट में फिर से चपाती बनाते हैं तो मुझे नीड नहीं होता है, तो भी मैं 2 चपाती का आटा फ्रेश लगाती हूँ।
हाँ मैं भी वही करती हूँ।
अच्छा,
मैं भी वही
नहीं
करती
आप
हूँ।
कर सकते हो। आटा जो बना हुआ है मॉर्निंग में रखा है, नेक्स्ट डे भी इनफैक्ट अगर आप उसी आटे से बना रहे हो, यू कैन ऑफर टू कृष्ण, नो प्रॉब्लम।
Even for dosa का आटा, what I do, when I make the batter, I keep some batter separately which I don't use.
हाँ,
And then I use that, and then next day के लिए वो मिक्स करने से पहले मैं फ्रेश एक बना के, वो फिर है ना, वो थोड़ा मॉर्निंग में फिर थोड़ा ऐसा ये हो जाता है,
माता
मतलब
जी ये सब दही
नहीं
के
तो
साथ
in order to
करती हूँ।
save the time and energy, You can do this कि आप पहले ही आटा निकाल दो. अगर सपोज बहुत ज्यादा आटा है डोसे का, आपको मालूम है 2 दिन यूज करना है, आज जितना यूज करना है उतना पहले ही निकाल दो, बस उतना खत्म कर लो.
And more on the chapati and the roti wala thing ना, because I don't feel like वही हाथ लगाया हुआ, मतलब वो अच्छा
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Because we if you don't otherwise ऐसा करोगे ना बहुत हेक्टिक हो जाएगा.
बहुत सारे छूट है माता जी, गृहस्थ को बहुत सारे छूट है, बस वो करे थोड़ी सी सेवा.
So then what I do is,
what does Krishna want out of your offering? What does he want?
लव माता जी.
Yeah, love and devotion. Yes. और ये जो छोटी-छोटी चीजें हैं ना कि ये मैंने हाथ लगा दिया, ये अभी इसका क्या, वो इतना नहीं मैटर करता इस पर.
No, so then what happens is if I'm using the same atta, no, then I keep some fruit because I'm using the same atta, no, so I can't offer. So I don't feel like
बोर हो जाएंगे, बोलेंगे मुझे खाली फ्रूट्स ही देती है.
क्या करें? अच्छा, तो वो दे सकते हैं ना, मतलब अभी सुबह का ही सपोज इवन सब्जी, मतलब सुबह का ही सब्जी भी ईट इन द इवनिंग आल्सो समटाइम्स, that is okay or what? Now you tell me.
कुक्ड वाला बोल रहे हो?
हाँ, तो वो नहीं दे सकते ना,
तो ऑलरेडी ऑफर्ड है, तो
ऑफर्ड है. जैसे खाली रोटी शक्कर का रोल बना के रख सकते हैं, वैसे गुड़,
रोटी शक्कर या एनीथिंग एल्स इफ यू कैन.
माता जी मैं भी दही के साथ में सेम करती हूँ, क्योंकि हमारे घर में बहुत सारा दही होता है और वो रीयूज होता रहता है, और हमसे नेक्स्ट दही भी बनाते हैं, तो ऑलवेज प्रसादम वाला दही में सेपरेट रखती हूँ, जिसको हम लोग यूज कर ले, और रेस्ट दही में मिक्स नहीं करती हूँ, क्योंकि हो सकता है वो फिर से रीयूज हो जाए.
हाँ, तो वो आप ये ऑफर कर सकते हो. और भगवान को वो छिड़ा दही बहुत पसंद है, उसमें पोहा डाल के, थोड़ा शुगर पोहा.
That I do.
I put sugar always माता जी, वो तो नहीं डालती पोहा तो माता जी.
मतलब
अच्छा, हाँ, दही पोहा and शक्कर, and it tastes also nice. It tastes nice. It should be more dahi and less poha because it sucks the dahi का पानी.
तो माता जी ड्राई पोहा मिक्स करना है या उसका थोड़ा वेट कर, मतलब धोने के बाद पोहा
ड्राई पतला पोहा नॉट जाड़ा.
ओके
पतला पोहा. And if we get chakli and all from out, sorry, this is all very basic, तो मुझे बहुत stress आता है. I'm sorry, ईशा माता जी आप हंसो मत, मुझे नहीं समझ, because I don't know, घर का बना नहीं है, मेरे हाथ का बना नहीं है, तो I don't offer. So
नहीं माता जी, आपके क्वेश्चंस बिल्कुल ठीक है, एक्चुअली बिल्कुल ठीक है, क्योंकि भगवान भी हमें इंटेलिजेंस दे देते हैं. अभी जैसे अभी हमने क्या करा था, हमने ना रात को डोसा बनाया था और सांभर बनाया था, और चटनी किसी ने यूज नहीं करा था, वो हमने फ्रेश रख दिया था सुबह भगवान के लिए फ्रिज में. तो हमने आटा पहले ही बचा लिया था, तो सुबह हमने बच्चों को जो टिफिन दिया वही इडली हमने फ्रेश बनाया, और वही चटनी को हमने तड़का लगाया और भगवान को ऑफर करके दे दिया. कि इससे क्या है ना कि बच्चे प्रसादम भी ले जाते हैं, क्योंकि सुबह सुबह 6:30 बस आ जाता है माता जी. भगवान को भी मालूम है कि हमें अपनी पूजा भी करनी है और बच्चों को भी छोड़ना है नीचे, सब काम करने हैं, तो भगवान हमको थोड़ा सा कर देते हैं, क्योंकि हम गृहस्थी में हैं. लेकिन आई थिंक हम आउटसाइड फूड ऑफर नहीं करते हैं माता जी चकली वकली, क्योंकि उस सामने वाले बंदे ने किस कॉन्शियस से बनाया है.
अगर आप ला रहे हो, एटलीस्ट ऑफर इट एंड देन गिव इट टू योर चाइल्ड. ऐसे मत दे दो, एटलीस्ट ऑफर करोगे.
So if there's one packet, I'll just keep 2 out of it and then take it as, then I can use that.
हाँ, you offer it to Krishna and then उसको एक बार पैकेट में डाल दो.
माता जी, तो पिक्चर को ऑफर करना है कि अपने डेटी को ऑफर कर सकते हैं?
डेटी को ऑफर कर दो ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम.
चाहे मिठाई भी है,
लेकिन वो सिल्वर लगी हुई मिठाई नहीं लेना चाहिए. सिल्वर जो है ना, it usually contains the bone marrow of the animal.
ओह,
तो बी केयरफुल. मिठाई ला रहे हो बाहर का तो सिल्वर कोटिंग वाला मत खरीदो.
ओके माता जी.
और कोई भी आइटम आप बाहर का खरीदते हो, जस्ट बी केयरफुल. उसमें ना कुछ ये होते हैं, P4, some code is written E450 or something. I'll tell you what exactly which number is it. वैसा कोड वाला अगर होगा तो वो भी नहीं खरीदना, because it has animal product.
Okay. That is mostly chakli, chips and wafers और
ये सब तो सिंपल थिंग है. लेकिन जैसे सॉसेस हो गए, हम सॉस खरीद रहे हैं या कुछ और ऐसा चीज करें, तो उसमें आप, या आइसक्रीम्स भी या कई सारे आइसक्रीम्स में होते हैं. I'll tell you what exactly that number is. If that is there, then don't buy, because that is animal product and they don't write it, they write it in code.
ओके
ओके
माता
ग्रीन
माता
मार्क होगा लेकिन ये कोड लिखा रहेगा।
ओके माता जी, प्लीज शेयर।
प्लीज भेजना माता जी, ये एक नई
हाँ।
चीज पता चली है, क्योंकि नहीं तो ये तो पाप हो जाएगा हमसे।
अभी तक आई हैव बीन
या
ऑफरिंग
अनजाने में
फ्रूट्स, माता जी, आई हैव बीन ऑफरिंग फ्रूट्स, व्हाटएवर स्वीट्स लाइक शीरा एंड व्हाट स्वीट्स बाहर का, अगर मैसूर पाक एंड ऑल दैट आई ऑफर, एंड घर का बना हुआ खाना, ये आई चकली वकली में नहीं, बट आई वाज फीलिंग अ बिट ये कि मैं मतलब
अगर खा रहे हैं घर में
हाँ।
तो फिर ऑफर कर दो भगवान को ना, तो एटलीस्ट कृष्णा विल टेक केयर कि उनको इतना
जी भाई।
कॉन्शियसनेस, इतना अफेक्ट नहीं होगा उनका जो भी खा रहे हैं, मतलब
सॉरी दीस आर ऑल वेरी बेसिक मेरे को।
they are all very practical questions.
नहीं, पर अच्छा है ना माता जी, पूछा लीना माता जी ने, तभी हमको भी पता चला कि कुछ पैसे कोड्स वाली मिठाई भी रहते हैं। क्योंकि मेरे हस्बैंड को क्या होता है माता जी, हमारे घर के सामने कांति लाल है, जो भी मिठाई लाया हो ना, पहले भगवान को भोग लगा दो फिर हमको दे दो। और जैसे मुझे क्या होता है, मैं पिक्चर को भोग लगा दूं तो वो बोलेंगे नहीं नहीं, पहले तुम डेइटी को भोग लगाओ, पिक्चर को भोग
आप
मत
लगा सकते
लगाओ।
हो डेटीज को भी, ऐसा नहीं कि बाहर का आया तो हम नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज आप पिक्चर में भगवान और डेटी में भगवान एक ही है।
हाँ,
So-
तो वो यही बोलते हैं कि अपने भगवान को ही भोग लगाओ।
So you can do that, no problem.
ओके माता जी, हरे कृष्णा माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः।
अनंत श्री
कृष्ण
वैष्णवेभ्यो
जय।
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 भारत की जय।
हरे